Morning po mga kababayan, ma'am sir. This is Jam, the Filipino channel lang niyo pong lingkod. So today is April 29, 2026. Tayo ngayon ay papunta. Sandali lang po. Papunta dyan sa may Genville Bags and Luggage Manufacturing. Dyan yan sa may Lazarus Street, Karapatan, Valenzuela. At dadalhin po natin sa may Jose R. Reyes Memorial Medical Center, sa may Rizal Avenue, Barangay Santa Cruz, Manila po yan. Barangay 331, Santa Cruz, Manila. Okay, magbabalik po tayo mamayang konti po pag nakuha na po natin si disclaimer naman po, ang content po natin ay kalsada at hindi ang passenger. Kaya naman sakasakali mo po na may marinig kayo mga pangalan ng lugar, pangalan ng tao, pangalan ng organizations, government o private man yan ay wala pong kinalaman ng channel ito at wala pong pinapatungkulan. Lahat po ng pinag-uusapan dito ay pawang dito lamang po yan sa loob at wala pong pinapatungkulan sa labas. Magbabalik po tayo. Makinig tayo ng mga nagbabagong balita talaga yan.
Hindi itinatanggi ang mga bilyones na nabanggit sa AMLAC report. At tila inaamin na may bilyon-bilyon talagang tinatago. At tanging reklamo lamang, bakit ninyo kami pinulabog? Magreklamo na sila hanggat gusto nila. Ngunit hindi nito mababago ang isang simpleng katotohanan. Ang konstitusyon ang pinakamataas na batas. At ayon sa konstitusyon, lahat ng opisyal ay at may pananagutan sa taong bayan sa lahat ng oras. Anumang limitasyon na nilikha ng ordinaryong batas kasama ng Bank Secrecy Law ay hindi maaaring manaig laban sa mandato ng konstitusyon para sa public accountability. At tayo sa komiting ito, ang botes ng utos na iyan. Kaya nga, pwede tayo mag-issue ng nararapat na sabina at lalo na sa kaso ng impeachment, pwede nating hingiin ang report ng Anti-Money Laundering Council. Mga kagalang-galang na mambabatas, mga minamahal na kababayan, dagdagan pa natin ito and listen to this. Hindi nilikha ang Bank Secrecy Law para maging taguan ng hindi may paliwanag na yaman. Ang layunin ng Bank Secrecy Law ay protektahan ang lehitimong deposito. Hindi pagtakpan ang kahina-hinalang galaw ng bilyon-bilyong piso. Ang papel ng AMLAC ay liyasatin ang mga kahina-hinalang transaksyon at iulat ang mga ito sa kinauukulan dahil ang pagpapalabas ng katotohanan ay hindi paglabag kundi pagsunod lamang sa mas mataas na prinsipyo ng pananagutan. If there is nothing to hide, there is no reason to hide. There is no reason to obstruct.
Make a sharp left at the traffic light.
The only people who fear the disclosure of these transactions are those with dirty secrets. Transparency is the only response of those with integrity. Everything else is just an excuse. At tandaan natin, dati pa nilang sinubukan na harangin sa
make a sharp left
magalang-galang
at
na
the
Korte
traffic light.
Suprema ang kapangyarihan ng komite na mag-issue ng sabina. Pero hanggang ngayon, walang temporary restraining order o kahit direktiba galing sa Supreme Court. Kaya, malinaw, we shall proceed. At yan ang tatlong bagay na ginawa nila. Una, nagtra sila na handa silang sumagot sa Senado. Dalawa, sinabihan tayo na mag-ingat daw tayo. At pangatlo, ang pag-file ng panibagong reklamo laban sa atin. At ngayon, narito na tayo sa puntong ito. April 29, itutuloy natin ang pagdinig. Kung ang nakaraan ay tungkol sa numero, ang pagdinig ngayon tungkol sa pagkatao. Hindi lamang kung saan napunta ang pera, kundi sino ang may hawak nito. Hindi lamang transaksyon, kundi ang intensyon. Today, this committee will therefore continue its pursuit of the truth. Sisimulan natin sa selyadong kahon galing sa BIR. Isang kahon na naglalaman ng mga dokumento na maaaring magbigay linaw sa mga katanungan natin. Pero hindi tayo titigil saan. Dahil pagkatapos niyan, pupunta tayo sa mas malalim at nakababahalang usapin. We will examine allegations involving threats, intimidation, possible violence, destabilization. Ang paratang na, kung totoo, ay hindi lamang nakakaalarma, kundi ibang mapanganib para sa ating lahat. May mga video, may mga salita, may mga pahayag na kailangang patunayan. Kaya inaasahan nating marinig ang paliwanag ng NBI, National Bureau of Investigation. Sila ang magdadala ng mga video. Sila ang tutulong sumagot sa mga karagdagang katanungan tungkol sa mga ito. So let us be clear.
Continue for 800 meters.
This is no
Then turn left
longer
onto
just
Faustin
about
Street.
discrepancies. This is now about character. Sino ba talaga ang vice-presidente? Siya ba talaga ito? Ang vice-presidente? Ang ikalawang pinakamataas na opisyal ng Republika ng Pilipinas na malinaw nagbanta sa buhay ng presidente na nag-utos na patayin ang presidente. Iya ba itong uhaw sa karahasan na nakuha pang magsalita tungkol sa pagpugot ng ulo ng presidente? Is he a public servant bound by the same laws as the person on the street? Or one who believes she is above the law? Siya ba ay lingkod bayan na yumuyuko sa batas? O isang makapangyarihang tao na gustong paluhurin ang batas? Ano ba talaga ang kanyang tunay na kulay? Anong tanong natin sa araw na ito? Iyan ang susubukin nating sagutin. At sa huli, babalik tayo sa pinakasimple, ngunit pinakamabigat na tanong sa prosesong ito. Sa gitna ng mga paratang laban sa Vice Presidente at sa gitna ng mga ebidensya, dapat ba siya sa posisyon niya? Is she still fit in her position as Vice President of the country? Gaya ng lagi nating sinasabi, wala tayong papanigan, kundi ang katotohanan. Saan man tayo dali ng ebidensya, doon tayo susunod. Gaano man ito kalayo, gaano man ito kahirap, doon tayo pupunta. Our mandate is clear. Our resolve is firm. Guided by the Constitution, anchored on evidence, and faithful to the trust of the Filipino people, and above all, led by the clear voice of our conscience,
In 300
we shall
meters, turn left
continue
onto
the series.
Houston Street.
Ang sabi ng kampo ng Vice Presidente, let us be cautious. Mag-ingat daw tayo. Ang sagot natin, let us be truthful. Magpapatotoo
In
tayo.
100 meters, turn left.
With that, maraming salamat po. We direct the committee secretary to call the case.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Impeachment complaints against the Vice President Sara Z. Duterte, filed by Reverend Father Joel Saballa et al. And endorsed by Representative Laila M. De Lima, and filed by Attorney Nathaniel G. Cabrera, and endorsed by Representatives Bienvenido M. Abate Jr. and Francisco Paulo P. Ortega V.
Madam Chair, may I be recognized?
The Honorable Persis Endanya,
Madam Chair, may I make a short manifestation?
can we do this after all the roll calls?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Comsec. We likewise direct the committee secretary to call the complainants at least in order to be acknowledged.
The committee would like to acknowledge the presence of the following complainants.
Call the complainant, Comsec.
For the Saballa et al. Impeachment complaint, Father Joel Tadena Saballa, Father
In 80
Rogelio del
meters,
Rosario
arrive at your
MJ,
destination.
Sister Geraldine Denoga DC, Miss Pinky Tam, Father Joselito Sarabia CM, and their counsel, Attorney Amando Virgil Digutan, and Attorney Stephen Magallo.
You have arrived at your
We
destination.
acknowledge, we wish to place on record that the private complainants, together with the counsels in the Saballa et al. Impeachment complaint, are present in today's hearing. That is for the record.
For the Cabrera impeachment complaint, the committee would like to acknowledge the presence of the complainant, Attorney Nathaniel G. Cabrera.
We likewise place on record the private complainant, Attorney Nathaniel Cabrera, is likewise present in today's hearing. That is for the record as well.
Attorney Yentel Malikad, and Ms. Ria Vanessa Asuncion. That's all, Chair.
Except for Director Melvin Matibag, who has taken his oath already during the prior hearings, we are requesting the rest of the resource persons from the National Bureau of
In 80
Investigation
meters,
to
turn
rise
left onto
so
McCarthy
that
Highway.
the oath will be administered. Comsec.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this committee? Thank you, Madam Chair.
We shall now begin our clarificatory hearing proper, as mentioned before I proceed. Let me acknowledge the Honorable Sendanya for his manifestation.
Marami pong salamat, Madam Chair. Nabanggit niyo po kanina si Basha. So naalala ko yung pelikula ni Popoy at ni Basha, yung One More Chance. At hindi na po papasok natin dito sa hall, nakita ko po yung matatapang nating mga citizens na nag-file ng unang impeachment complaint noong 19th Congress. May I request them to please rise? Sila po yung representation ng one more chance. Kasi po naudlot yung impeachment complaint na yon. At ito yung one more chance nila para mapanagot ang Vice Presidente ng abuso sa kapangyarihan at nagnakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Salamat po. Nais ko bigyan din, Madam Chair, yung desperadong attempt ni Bibi Sara at ng kanyang asawa para intimidate tayo dito sa Committee on Justice at ang mga miyembro nito. Tulad po na nabanggit ninyo rito nakarang Lunes, nagpunta po sila sa City Prosecutor's Office, ang mga abogado ni Attorney Manasseh Scarpio para po ireklamo at magsampa ng kaso sa mga miyembro ng Committee on Justice. Kaya lang po, parang may favoritism si Attorney Manasseh Scarpio dahil ilan lang po tayo na mga binanggit niya sa kanyang kaso at hayaan niyo pong bigyan pa ng shout out ang mga classmate ko sa kasong ito. COJ Chairperson, Representative Jervil Luistro, Representative Leila de Lima at Representative Chel Jokno. Ang masasabi lang po natin dyan, mantamin po sila para pakita nila kung sino talaga ang totoo nagkasala sa batas, lumabag sa batas at nagkasala sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Hindi porket na-discover ng komite ang 630 covert transactions na nagkakahalaga ng 6.77 billion in total ay nilibag agad ang kanilang karapatan. Hindi rin dahil may 33 suspicious transactions sila na posible kaugnay na unlawful activities gaya ng money laundering at droga ay dapat bigyan sila agad ng proteksyon ng korte. At dahil humigit kumulang 2.87 billion maaaring sila po ay tumanggap na ayon sa ating pong Bank Secrecy Law ay maaaring pa rin nariyaan dahil nga po nakita lamang natin ay yung inflow at outflow at yung ating pong sinubtract 2.87 billion ang natira. Hindi po ibig sabihin dahil nalaman natin ito at kung binasa nila na buo ang Bank Secrecy Law ay nag-violate na tayo ng batas. Linawin po natin, hindi si VP Sara Duterte at ang kanyang husband of the year, Man Scarpio, ang biktima dito. For the reference of everyone, napakalaking halaga po ng 2.87 billion pesos. Aabutin po ng ang isang minimum wage earner sa Metro Manila ng 11,300 years para kitain ang 2.87 billion pesos. 11,000 years pong pagtatrabahuhan na isang manggagawang Pilipino. Ang bilyong-bilyong piso ang labas-masok sa mga accounts nila. At ilan po dito ay tumutugma pa sa mga deposito ng kanilang family friend na si Sammy Uy. Kung sino pa talaga ang may bilyones, sila pa talaga ang pumunta sa piskal para magsabing sila ay victim. On a related note, same day last week, lumabas ang ICC decision tungkol sa jurisdiction sa kaso ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. Kasabay ito ng pagputok ng sworn testimony ni former Senator Trillanes at ng reports ng AMLC. Nagkumpirma pa sa mga questionabling bank transactions ang mag-amang Duterte. Kung sino pa talaga ang pasimuno ng drug war, sila pa talaga ang may bilyong-bilyong drug money. It was no coincidence that these developments fell on the same day. It signaled that accountability is catching up. Simula na ito ng paniningil sa mga Duterte at hindi ang complaint ni Atty. Man Scarpio o kahit ano pang legal harassment ang makakapigil sa pagtiyak natin sa pananagutan. The committee will never bow down to millionaires, drug syndicates, or thieves. Our allegiance only lies with the Constitution and the Filipino people. Again, we will not bow down to billionaires, drug syndicates, or thieves. Gagawin natin ating trabaho at pananagutin ang nang-abuso sa kapangyarihan at nagnakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
All the manifestations of the Honorable Sentanya is noted by this committee.
Madam Chair.
Now we recognize the Honorable Chel Jokno.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning to everyone. Nung isang araw po ay kumalat ng balita na may nagsampa ng kaso laban sa akin, laban kay Congresswoman Leila de Lima, kay Congressperson Percy Sandanya, at mismo kay Chair Jinky Luistro. Sabi daw ay nilabag daw namin ang Anti-Money Laundering Act, ang Bank Secrecy Law, at ang Data Privacy Act. Of course, kinikilala po natin na kung sino man ay pwedeng maghain ng kaso, karapatan naman nila yon. Pero kailangan natin bigyang diin ito. Ang ginagawa lang po namin, ang ginagawa ng buong committee, ay ang aming tungkulin sa ilalim ng konstitusyon. Wala po kaming nilabag na batas, puro legal ang ginawa po namin. Kaya po mismo sa konstitusyon nakalagay, and I quote, "No member shall be questioned nor be held liable in any other place for any speech or debate in the Congress or in any committee thereof." Yung pong pag-issue natin ng subpoena sa Anti-Money Laundering Council ay mismong nakabase sa rules of impeachment ng House of Representatives. And I quote, "The committee shall have the power to issue subpoena and subpoena to Sistecom to compel the attendance of witnesses and the production of documents and other evidence." At, Madam Chair, ayon mismo sa ating Korte Suprema, hindi sakop ng Anti-Money Laundering Council ang mga sinasabing prohibition from disclosing information. And if I may add, no member of the committee belongs to the Anti-Money Laundering Council and no bank deposits were disclosed during the hearings here. Sabi mismo ng Supreme Court, the prohibition and confidentiality provisions cannot apply to the AMLC. Otherwise, it will contravene its direct mandate under Section 7 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. Kaya po, Madam Chair, I think it's pretty clear na itong pagsasampa ng reklamo laban sa atin ay isang diversionary tactic. Gusto nilang malimutan ng taong bayan kung bakit tayo naririto. Sana po huwag tayong madala. At ako po, I can speak for everyone else who has been charged. Hindi kami natatakot, hindi kami ma-intimidate. Itutuloy po namin ang aming tungkulin bilang mga members ng Committee on Justice at representatives ng mga sambayanang Pilipino. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam
All
Chair.
the manifestations of the Honorable Zocro is noted by this committee. Now we recognize the Honorable Congresswoman Laila De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just very brief. Good morning to my colleagues in the Committee on Justice. Sinasang-ayunan ko po at sinusuportahan ang mga statements nila Representative Persis Zendania at Representative Chel Jokno. Malinaw po ang agenda dito sa pagsampa na naman ng kaso na yan sa Quezon City Prosecutor's Office. Pagkatapos na nagsampa sila ng 3 o 4 na petisyon before the Supreme Court, and then meron din kaso before the Regional Trial Court. So ito na naman, criminal case. Ito po ay panglilihis sa issue. Ang akala nila matitinag tayo, ang akala nila ay hindi na natin itutuloy itong ginagawa natin, which is an imperative constitutional duty. Nakakapagtaka lang kung bakit na single out 4 na pangalan, 4 na mga miyembro kasama yung chair sa kaso na yan. When we all know, yung pagsabina ng mga AMLAC records are a collective decision of this committee. Ang pagkakaalala ko, wala namang nag-object doon sa pagsabina ng AMLAC records. And then, ito nga po, ay hindi natin alam ano na naman yan. And tutuloy ho natin itong trabaho natin, at hindi tayo magpapalito, magpapaderail sa mga ginagawa na mga para sa akin ay isa na namang legal harassment sa pagganap ng ating mandato bilang committee in an impeachment proceedings. Maraming salamat po.
Madam Chair, all the manifestations of the Honorable De Lima are noted. Are you a respondent or also? No, Madam Chair, I would just also like. Would you like to be a respondent also? No, Madam Chair. But I'd like the Honorable Go is recognized. Thank you, Madam Chair. Despite the fact that hindi po ko responded doon sa case, nonetheless, I'd like to also manifest my support sa actions ng committee na ito, and syempre, pag-criticize din doon sa mga naging developments in the past few days, papunta po supposedly no, sa last hearing date ng House Committee on Justice sa pag-find ng probable cause. Clear naman po sa arguments last hearing na-foresee natin tinatry gamitin yung Section 6 ng Anti-Money Laundering Act and a misinterpretation of it para maging grounds for a harassment suit. Again po, no, Section 6 provides that the AMLC can have authority to inquire into particular deposits through a court order. Iba yun sa ginagawa natin. Ang ginagawa po ng committee na ito ay a government agency asks a government agency about records na meron na siya. So, the suit filed before the Supreme Court against members of the House Committee on Justice, clear po ito na desperate attempt para huling magkaroon ng paglihis sa issue. Ang tawag po natin dito grasping at straws dahil wala na pong mga arguments na maipresenta sa committee in relation sa kung paano ba didepensahan yung patuloy na hindi pagsagot ni VP Sara Duterte sa mga standing allegations laban sa kanya. So, Madam Chair, and to the fellow members of the House Committee on Justice, kailangan na natin po mag-proceed sa iba't ibang processes of this hearing and beyond para matatanda na po natin with finality, may probable cause po ba or hindi, para magtuloy-tuloy. At hindi po natin i-entertain yung mga misinterpretation of laws para po malihis yung issue. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
All the manifestations of the Honorable Co are noted. The Honorable Joel Chua.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would like to make a manifestation of support to the four members of this committee. Alam po ninyo, meron po tayong tinatawag na immunity, parliamentary immunity sa ating pong saligang batas. Ito po'y ginagawa lamang po ng mga kasama natin ang kanilang tungkulin. That manifestation, Madam Chair, I move that we adopt this manifestation as a common sentiment of all the members of the committee. This manifestation of support. I so move, Madam Chair. Again.
There is a motion
Continue
to
straight at
adopt
this traffic light.
the manifestation of support of the Honorable Chua as manifestation of the entire committee. The same has been seconded by the Honorable D.S. Paulo Ortega. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Let it be placed on the record that the manifestation of support is expressed by the entire Justice Committee for the four respondents in the criminal complaint filed by Attorney Manasseh Scarpio. Before we proceed to the first item of our agenda, may we direct the committee secretary to report to us whether all the documents submitted during the April 14 and 22, 2026 hearing have been transmitted to the complainants, the respondent vice president, and all the justice members. COMSEC, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The documents submitted by the National Bureau of Investigation on April 14, 2026 was sent to all members as well as to the complainants and respondent. As far as the respondent is concerned, it was sent to the Office of the Vice President as well as to her counsel, Fortune Narvaez and Salazar, on April 15, 2026 at 5:56 p.m. It was acknowledged by the Central Office Unit of the Office of the Vice President on April 15, 2026 at 5:59 p.m. And there was no acknowledgement from her counsel, Fortune Narvaez and Salazar. As far as the complainants are concerned, the document submitted by the National Bureau of Investigation was sent to the complainants in the Zavala et al. Impeachment complaint through Attorney Amando Virgil Ligutan on April 21, 2026 at 3:16 p.m. and was acknowledged on April 21, 2026 at 3:50 p.m. The documents were likewise sent to Attorney Nathaniel Cabrera, complainant in the Cabrera impeachment complaint on April 21, 2026 at 3:16 p.m. There was no acknowledgement from Attorney Cabrera. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Comsec. We are now proceeding to the first item in our agenda, and that is to resolve the matter that was laid on the table during the April 22 hearing, the question of whether or not to open the BIR box. May I direct the committee secretary to bring to this table the BIR box. Ayaw mo doon? Para nakaharap yung BIR. May I direct Vice Chair Del Zamora to confirm to the committee that the BIR box remains sealed.
Yes, Madam Chair, as seen from the four sides of the box remains sealed and we still see the tape that was placed there as well as the signatures of the commissioner. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The floor is now open for manifestation, clarificatory questions, motions regarding the question of whether or not to open the BIR box.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Mika Gonzalez and then the Honorable Laila de Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That is correct, Madam Chair. Last April 2022, we laid on the table the decision on whether we should open the box together with the commissioner. So, Madam Chair, with that being said, I move that today, April 29, we decide that this committee whether we open the box or we maintain the box intact and sealed. Thank you, Madam Chair.
May I request the Honorable Gonzalez to clarify the motion? Is it a motion to open or motion not to open?
Okay, I would like to rephrase. I move, Madam Chair, Tagalogin na lang po natin, na desisyonan na po natin ang issue na ito kung bubuksan o hindi ang box na isinumite ng BIR noong nakaraang committee hearing.
Perhaps that is a manifestation of her intention that we deliberate first on the
Continue
issue
straight
of
at the
whether
first
we
traffic
will
light.
open or
Then,
not
in 400 meters,
open
keep
the
left.
BIR box. Thank you, Honorable Gonzalez. Now we recognize the Honorable Laila de Lima.
Maraming salamat po. Mine is a manifestation and emotion.
Continue for 500 meters,
Gusto ko
then
ulitin
keep left at the
at
4
panindigan
South Avenue.
yung aking naging posisyon last hearing nung tinalakay po natin yung laying on the table ng issue na to para na buksan ba o hindi yung BIR box at i-examine yung mga tax records. Presumably yung laman yan ay yung mga BIR tax records na kasama po sa Sabina. Ang aking pong pinakaposisyon ay ako po sa kapangyarihan natin, kasama sa mandato natin, flowing from the Constitution itself, to do that,
In 200
to open
meters,
the box
keep left
and
at the
examine the
4
contents
South
of the
Avenue.
box, because these are all subpoenaed by the House Committee, and this is relevant to the issues at hand, to the ground of unexplained wealth. Totoo po,
In 100 meters, keep left
sinabi
at
nga
the
po nung BIR Commissioner nung nandito po siya noong 22, noong April 22, na meron ho yung provision sa National Internal Revenue Code, Section 270, which establishes the general prohibition on the disclosure of taxpayer information. At pinipinalize nga po yung unlawful divulgence by BIR officials and employees of those taxpayer, of any taxpayer information. Pero meron ng mga exception. Ang isa po sa exception ay kapag ang mismong House, in an inquiry in aid of legislation, ay i-request ito. Pero dapat nasa executive session. Yun po yung malinaw na exception. Ang posisyon ko po ay kung
Continue straight at the first
election
traffic
na
light.
tinuturing
Then, in 300
ang
meters, keep right
paghingi
at the
o
front.
pag-request ng House, an appropriate House Committee in aid of legislation. Lalo pong dapat payagan,
In
lalo
200
pong
meters, keep right
i-recognize
at the front. Bottom
yung
is our
pagkakuha ng impormasyon na yan while sitting in an impeachment proceedings ang komiteng ito. Because higher level, ang superior level po ang status ng ating komite kapag sitting in an impeachment proceedings. Now, to be unequivocal about it, Madam Chair, the constitutional duty vested upon this body cannot be invaded, curtailed, or conditioned by statute. Any law, however worded, must yield when it stands in the way of a direct constitution. This body has both the authority and the duty to examine the income tax returns in question, subject to appropriate safeguards if necessary, but not subject to outright prohibition. The Constitution demands no less. Let us affirm that in the hierarchy of laws, the Constitution remains supreme. Let us affirm that impeachment is a meaningful power, not an empty formality. And let us affirm that no statute may be invoked to defeat the people's right to accountability. For these reasons, I maintain and I move that this committee should proceed with the opening and examination of the income tax returns, the supposed contents of that box, and to reject any interpretation that would unduly constrain our constitutional mandate. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Just for the record, the motion of the Honorable De Lima is to open the BIR box. The Honorable Lawrence Defensor and then the Honorable Benny Abante.
Madam Chair.
Continue straight at this traffic light.
Ang pagbukas po ng mga box ay nagbabago ng kapalaran ng ating bansa. Nakita na natin yan ng 2001. At tandaan po natin at wag na wag nating kakalimutan na ang impeachment is the highest form of national inquest to determine the accountability and fitness
Continue
of
straight
the
at the first
highest
traffic light.
leaders
Then,
of
at
the
the
country.
second traffic light, turn right.
Dapat pong mabuksan ang box na yan. Dahil pag hindi nabuksan yan, parang tayo ang gumawa ng betrayal of public trust. We should let the Filipinos see what's inside that box and allow the
Continue straight
members
at the
of this
first traffic
committee
light.
to
Then, at the
assess
second traffic light, turn
what
right.
evidence is inside the box. Kung ito ba ay nakapagpapatatag ng ebidensya laban sa Vice President o makakasuporta sa respondent at sa kanyang posisyon na siya ay walang kasalanan. Madam Chairman, there is no other mandate for the House of Representatives having the sole power to initiate impeachment complaints but to open the evidence and to let the members assess and decide for themselves how it will play a part in the exercise of their vote in this committee and this Senate. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lawrence Defensor. Next is the Honorable Benny Abante.
Madam Chair,
And then Honorable Sua, and then Honorable Vice Chair Po, and then Honorable D.S. Janet
Into
Perin,
right
and
post lane. Then, in
Congresswoman
100 meters, turn
Bernadette
right at the
Barbers, and
traffic light.
Congressman Jude Sidre. It seems everybody wants to speak, and Congressman Tino, and Congressman Amy Pascual. Now, let us recognize the Honorable Benny Abante.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Kailanman, di ko po questionin ang mga legal opinion ng ating mga abogado dito. Kapag hindi naman ako abogado. Subalit, kahit ako hindi abogado, hindi ako masyado nakatulog kagabi. Kasi pinag-aralan ko ito kung bubuksan o hindi. Anyway, nakaharap tayo ngayon sa isang mabigat na desisyon. Isang usapin na hindi lamang susukat sa ating galing sa batas,
Turn left.
kundi pati na rin sa ating prinsipyo at integridad. Sa harap natin andyan po yung mga income tax returns ni Vice President Sara Duterte at ng kanyang asawang si Atty. Manscarpio. It is a literal and figurative, eka nga, Pandora's box na nasa pangangalaga ng House
Sige po.
Committee on Justice. Napakasimple po ng
Ay,
question.
ma'am, wala po.
Dapat ba nating
Wala po.
buksan ang kahon na ito? Sinabi po sa Biblia, sa Luke 12:2, akin pong babanggitin sa wikang Tagalog,
Sorry.
walang natatago na hindi mahayag at walang lihim
Okay na po,
na
ha?
hindi
Salamat po.
malalaman.
God bless po.
Naniniwala tayo sa
At ako na yung
transparency.
record.
Naniniwala
Bukod na
tayo
kayo.
sa accountability. Ngunit bilang mga mambabatas, kailangan din nating maniwala sa tinatawag nating prudence o sa wikang Tagalog, tamang
11:17.
pagpapasya. Hindi po yung galing sa batas, kundi